Welcome back to Cheche, live on Citizen TV. Our guests are William Chepchumo, the Member of Parliament for Baringo North, Kangogo Bowen, the Member of Parliament for Margaret East, and last but not least, Asman Kamama, the Member of Parliament for Tiati and the Chair of the National Assembly's Committee on Security. And before the break, Mr. Kamama, you were telling us, you were giving us your perspective on the insecurity in Baringo, and you acknowledged that a lot of the aggression was coming from your community, the Pokot community. And so the question becomes, how much shame do you feel as a leader from the Pokot community, as an MP for all this time, and as the chair of the national committees, of the National Security Committee in Parliament?
First of all, I must say that this situation is unfortunate. It's unfortunate because, like I told you, the situation is being perpetrated by idle youth, and so the shame should go to the government for marginalizing the Pokot community for all this time. So you feel no shame at all? The shame should go to government. You don't feel any? Why should I feel? Because you've been a leader there. Yes. For all these years. I want to tell you. You have access to funds to develop your constituency. I want to tell you my sister Mimo. Because I want to tell Kenyans, because some people have the notion that something is not being done to address this. I told you in the short term, in the interim, the government is supposed to deal with this matter. But as a long-term solution, education is the way forward. And I must tell Kenyans that since I joined 2003, I found 23 primary schools. I established 100 extra primary schools. I also found about 30 nursery schools. I established over 100. That you can get the statistics, go to the DEO's office, you will confirm that. I established, I got one secondary school. I established 10. This year we are doing 2. I managed to get over 40 dispensary and the first stomach by any Pokot community in that area. I must say that in terms of water, over 100 dams and boreholes, and as we speak, I give out over 30 million shillings as bursary to needy children. So on the area of education, because that is long term. Long term, I've done my best, but in the short term, we need actually to deal with this matter, and I think the government is on top of it. But you just started by saying that the government should feel shame because they haven't done anything. But you say that the government is on top of it, which is true. The operation, this security operation started, I think, a week ago. A week ago, by the Deputy President.
Mr. Kamama, how expansive is Tiati constituency, for example?
Yes, I must say, Tiati is about 5,000 square kilometers.
So 5,000 square kilometers with 10 secondary schools.
Now I'm going to have 2 to establish this year.
So that will be 12.
12. Primary schools now, I have about 133. And I found 23 of them. Okay. So you must commend me. I must be commended.
If you say so yourself. But the question we're addressing ourselves to is how to end insecurity permanently. And so when you say that the government has, deployed, 500 reservists, the DP has visited the shoot to kill order, how does that end insecurity permanently when you've been having it, as you said, since even before independence? Yeah.
So I said long term is education. And of course, we need to have churches in that area. Then on the issue of being a chairman, because there's this issue which churches as in
Christianity or just faith?
Faith, of course, both faith, but most people there are Christians. On the issue of being chairman, because this issue keeps coming up most of the time, people are saying, oh, Kamama is the chair of national security and this issue is not being addressed. I have done my best, even establishing police posts. I think I've established about 4 of them, but the government is here to really send officers to that place. I must say that people are confusing when they talk about chairman of administration national security. They are confusing the role of the Inspector General under Article 245 2B. It says that the Inspector General doesn't get command from, as an independent command of a national police. And nobody else has that command. Yeah? The same time, the same article 245(4) gives powers to the minister. And the minister, the CS, can actually give direction to Inspector General on matters of policy, but not on issues to do with investigating crime or disciplining and suspending policemen. And so people are confusing those powers. But those powers are Kamama's powers.
But how do you respond to allegations that this office has crippled government efforts to fight this crime? Because you are privy to details about police operations, and so you tip your people before they...
Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. My powers are actually, I don't have powers. I have some little powers, some influence, but my powers are stated, like he's the chairman. He knows the powers of delegated... the delegated legislation committee. The same thing. They actually provided for in the standing orders, not in the constitution. I think, and not in any law.
Just a minute. I can see that you've been jumping at the bit. And so
not in any law. And so people, when people are saying that I'm privy to some confidential information. Never, the policeman can never provide this information because I chair that committee.
But you can influence. You have just said it yourself. You don't have powers, but you have influence.
No, not influence. I only facilitate legislation.
So I'll interrupt you because I think your brother MP would like to respond.
Let me say this, that Kamama, my colleague, has confirmed a very important aspect. That there is some element of political incitement.
And he puts it at the door of Kano.
In the site of the TRT. That is a very, very serious issue.
Would you agree that it comes from Kano?
And I would want to say that is one of the aspects.
Would you agree that it comes from Kano?
I would not really say no, because some of the allegations being said now are made by Kano leaders in that region. And so that's something to be investigated because it is critical and very serious. Number two is that Kamama confesses also that for about 14 years there was relative peace between the Pokots and the Marakwets because of engagement between him and the former member of parliament. What does that mean? It means that when leaders come forward, talk to their people, they will listen. And that is the aspect that has missed. I must confess this. Pokot, my brother Kamama has been an MP for this the third term, plus other leaders from the region, including even the senator who comes from West Pokot, who purports to be the spokesman of Pokot now. This is the area that I want to say. Let us not blame. It is true there could be a problem of marginalization. That's okay. There could be a problem of schools, many young people not going to school, that's okay. But it was the same situation when there was peace between Marakwets and the Pokots. Things have not changed. What is lacking is that there is no commitment on the side of the leaders from Pokot to speak to their people, plead with them, not to cause mayhem. And that is why we believe that there is an hidden contribution by politicians or by leaders or by some cartels of people to perpetuate this cat wrestling, because it now brings in the issue of the economic aspect of it. It is critical, because if the leaders from Pokot were to really spend time, talk to their people and plead to them that this is not a good thing, they will change. Even when we lost the people last week, my sister, last week, 2 weeks ago, there was no single voice from the Pokot people challenging them to stop this. But immediately the government moved in to do the operation. That is when leaders from Pokot start shouting, issuing ultimatums, giving people threats, confirming that what will only make them shout is when they are facing a challenge. But when the Tugen people are being killed, they are being displaced, the Maragos are being displaced, Baringo South, because my sister joined here, she's not very well. The entire about 70 kilometers from their border is occupied by the Pokots.
And she's the MP who tried to get you removed from the chairmanship of the National Security because she felt that you were part of the...
Finally, as I conclude, perception is everything in this country, whether politics or economy. Or the chairmanship of my brother Kamama as the chair of the Security Committee, whatever explanation he will give, whether he says he has no influence, but there is the perception that when you are the chairman of the Security Committee, an OCBD, a chief, an OCS, you know, a county commissioner, a DC, will definitely listen to what you say.
Suppose it's the wrong perception.
Okay, so in fact, my plea to him would be just to kill that perception. Is for him to step aside, kill this perception.
Step aside is what is
it? It's the chair.
The chair.
It's the chair of the Security Committee, because there have been attempts to remove him by the committee, and there are many dynamics in removal of chairs but the best honorable thing Honorable Kamama can do to kill that perception is for him to honorably step aside. That will remove that perception. And I think we should again move away beyond that. We should move beyond that. My plea is that it is the time now for the entire leadership of Pokot to rise up to the occasion. Move, speak to your people, engage them, so that they stop. This is my second term. But I think a lot of people, when I spoke to them, they will listen. When I tell them this is not a good thing, they will listen. Leaders of Pokot, and I want to challenge all of them, including the Senator Lonyangapo from West Pokot, who has made this business to come and engage himself in Baringo issues, visiting areas, and purporting to so it is for all of them to sit down and talk to them.
Yeah, he's not here. I'll allow you to respond, because the issue
of resignation is politics.
Yes, when you ask it, Kamama, the Honorable Kamama, if he's ashamed of what's happening in Keria Valley and the killings happening there, and to me, I think Kamama should be ashamed.
Not the government?
One.
Not the government?
You are the government. You are the chair.
Just a minute.
When you talk about the government, and you are the chair of the National Security Committee in Parliament of Kenya, you are the chair who appropriates, who budgets, and who oversees the Ministry of Interior and National Security. You should be ashamed. Because if the government is ashamed, they should start with you, Kamama. Because one, being the chair, Animo, of National Committee of Security, Kamama oversees the budget. What have you done with the CS Ngaiseri? How much money have you appropriated to your consistency, because you are saying you've been marginalized for all those years? Now that you are the chair, you can provide money for security. There is what is called security roads, and there is money for that. Why can't you appropriate money for security roads in your constituency, so that you can have those infrastructure which you are saying that your constituency has been marginalized? Number two, Kamama talked about the political incitement in his constituency. Kamama is on record in Parliament immediately when the two politicians were killed. He's on record in Parliament. He stood in Parliament, and the records of Parliament can be gotten from these media houses, saying that the killings was carried out by the Tuken community.
I have the handset copy here.
Yes. So if you say the killings was carried out by the Tuken community, you are also inciting. And actually, what happened 2 days after that, the woman and the 2 days, 3 days old infant was killed in retaliation by the perception that the perception that the Tugans actually killed their people. So, if it comes to political incitement, Kamama also is in. The third issue I want to say is there is no relationship. What Kamama wants to tell us here is that what is the relationship between what he's saying that the pastoralism of these people and the killings? What is the relationship? Is there any correlation between the two? Let me tell you, Amima, in my constituency, I know all my chiefs by their names. I know all my villagers by their names. There is no way, a single day, that a herd of 100 cattle or sheep can cross a village of 300 and no villager, no assistant chief, no chief can see those things. Let me say, on the side of Kamama, Kamama knows his chiefs, he knows his villagers. All these animals have been driven there. All those young men coming across the Marakwet, killing people from Aror, all the way to Liter and all those other sites. They are people who are known. They are young men who are known. They are Pokot bandits who are known. Let me ask you, Kamama, you are in Baringo County. You are the national chair of national security. When you had the killings in Marakwet, as a national chair, does it concern you? Have you made an attempt to go there and ask Ngaiseri, okay, let us arrest this case before it can spread all over? When you heard what happened in Baringo, does it concern you? I went there, I was from there yesterday, I was in Laikipia with the deputy president. I went to Baringo also, which is your county, you are not there yourself. We went all the way to Marakwet yesterday with the deputy president, and even when the chief was killed in Apataba, we were there. Kamama, you was not bad on us. When the CS Naiseri called us in his courtroom, all the leadership of local Marakwet County, all the leadership of West Pokot County and Baringo County, all of us attended. All of us, our governors, our senators, including Gideon Moi, the senator of Baringo, came. The only person who missed that very important security meeting that day was the chair of the National Security in Parliament and the member of the
Let him explain that. I would like him to answer that. That's quite important. I would like him to answer. Why is he not there?
There are lots of questions that he needs to respond.
Yes.
Let's finish with the charge sheet and then give you.
So what I'm saying is, we are not seeing a serious commitment. We are not seeing a serious commitment from the Kamama himself. What we are seeing, the state of Kamama, the character of Kamama we are seeing, is the character of personal relationship, the PR. We have not seen the character of a leader. We have not seen a character of a chair of a national security in the country.
Okay, fine. So we have 6 accusations leveled at you, and we'll start with the most egregious one.
But the one, where Kamama in Parliament responded was a motion of adjournment of the House brought about by me. I sought permission to discuss the Baringo situation for 1.5 hours in Parliament. And after I moved to my motion of adjournment to discuss the situation, Honorable Kamama was the first one given a chance to respond. And he actually said, look, the people who killed the 2 leaders from Pokot were the Tukens done by the people from the Tugen community. And I'm on record again in the same answer that
asking him to go to the police with the information
and record a statement.
Yeah.
Because it is critical, because whoever alleges must prove. And,
maybe as the response will also tell us.
Yeah, he will say that. And short thereafter, that is Kamama. Then the chairman of the Speaker of National Assembly, I'm sorry he's not here, but it's an issue we are addressing the nation today here, gave ultimatum to the government that you either bring the killers who book or you see the consequences within 2 days. Amimo, a mother in Gamket,
yes.
the Speaker,
but not me,
not you.
Of course.
That's what I'm saying. her mother was killed with her 3 days old.
Okay, you've made the point.
And therefore, I just wanted to bring out that
you've made that point. So there's a long list of charges against you from your brother MPs, 6. But let's start with the most egregious one, your absence from your security meeting.
Okay, I must say that of course I was engaged in some official matters during that particular day.
What official matters?
Of course, I was engaged elsewhere. You know,
but you said they were official, so you can tell us.
If it's official, it's public consumption.
Yeah. So I must say, on that particular day, I had other.
It is not one day. It's a series of meetings.
No.
Let me
tell you.
It's not one day.
It's only one day that I didn't attend. But let me tell you, I have attended several meetings.
You said you were away on official matters.
Yes.
So what official matters?
More important than national security.
You know, you can't when in management, you know, you can't have a full house. You must sometimes you have apologies.
But you are critical.
I gave out my apology.
As chairman, you are critical.
I gave out my apologies to the minister. I gave out my apology.
So you were unable to tell us what you were doing that day,
no,
even though it was official?
No, yeah, it's official. So we don't need to go further. I've told you it's official.
Do you remember where you were?
Yeah?
Do you remember where you were?
So if I tell you I was in Mombasa,
that's good enough.
You've told us.
Yeah. So it's official. It's official, and I gave out that apology.
So you were in Mombasa.
Yes.
On official.
Yeah. So
do you think people believe you?
Why not? Why not? Because
do you think the people were seeing you?
The meeting was organized. Was hurriedly. It was organized within 5 hours. So I couldn't attend. But I've attended all other meetings.
But Mr. Kamama, all these people from the areas affected by this insecurity made the time to attend this meeting that was organized at the last minute. But the chair of the National Assembly's Committee on Security couldn't find it.
The minister was chairing. And let me tell you,
I mean, it would not be 5 hours because our governors, the governor of West Pokot, traveled from West Pokot all the way to the governor of Elgeyo Marakwet came all the way from Iten.
But I've attended several other meetings.
Came all the way from Baringo to here. It could not be 5 hours.
So it was a short notice. According to me, that's my position. It was a short notice.
Okay.
And the minister the CS gave my apologies. I must start with what Honorable Cheptumo said, that there is a perception that I am able to influence. You know how security matters are managed. I must say that perception is wrong, and two wrong don't make a right. So to tell me to step aside on the basis of wrong perception is actually missing the point.
So you won't step aside.
For what? Because of wrong perception? Unless you bring
what is the correct perception then?
Unless you bring empirical evidence that indicates that I did this on this day, I did this wrong on this day. So perception leads to some political, takes us to politics.
So did you present empirical evidence that the 2 gentlemen who were killed in your area were killed by Dugan? Did you present empirical evidence?
I'm getting to that. So because there's no empirical evidence to indicate that I'm involved in any criminal activity or any kind of incitement. So to say that I should step aside is our politics. We know where the direction he wants to take us. So that if I resign, then he gets the glory that I was able to. These machinations have been there before. They have tried. But you see, they have tried.
You have to allow me. No.
They have tried. Let me tell you, some of these politicians have tried to really get me out of that's it. But because my members have confidence in me, they are intelligent people. Most of them have degrees. We have people with PhDs. They know that I execute my duties diligently. Yeah, and so that's what they've tried twice, and I don't think they've succeeded. And I'm sure that if they also try again, I'm not sure whether they'll succeed. Number 2, the issue of that I mentioned in Parliament, that the 2 gangs were involved. Let me tell you, there are 4 incidents of almost same nature which took place in 3 of them took place in Marigat. That is a Tugen area. That's a Tugen area. 1 took place in Arabal, where a sergeant was killed. A retired sergeant was killed with, and his child who is in the university was, they all burnt. After that, there was a vehicle for an MCA near the killings where we lost the 2 politicians. That vehicle was burnt. The MCA survived by a whisker. The vehicle of the current speaker of assembly was also set ablaze, was burnt in the close to the same petrol station. And the 4th incident now, where we lost the politician, is a Tugen land. If you get an incident like now, if an incident takes place in Kisumu, if an incident takes place in Kiambu, now according to in the law evidence, there's what called circumstantial evidence, as opposed to real. There's a higher possibility that the people residing in that area are the ones who killed. Yeah. In fact, right now as you speak, Pokots are not Pokots actually can't stop in Marigat.
Isn't this again a matter of perception, Mr. Kamama? You've been talking about perception.
Circumstantial evidence.
Well, perception, empirical evidence. You've been bandying these words about, but you use them selectively in your own best interest. And so, given the nature of what's been going on, the insecurity, tensions are high. Would you accept that you spoke carelessly, that you inflamed passions by accusing the Tugen community of these murders without the evidence?
Now let me tell you this. Just before the 2 police were killed, there's a NAT official who actually...
From the teachers' union?
Yeah, from the teachers' union. And I think it's recorded somewhere. Who actually spoke. And even when you look at the media, the social media trends of that week, there was an indication that something was going to happen in that particular place. But we believe that, according to me, I may be wrong, I may be right, that there was a teacher who was killed in Arabal. And after that, the 2 politicians were killed. I believe the 2 incidents are connected.
So from your position, you are speaking authoritatively.
Yes.
Have you recorded a statement with the police?
I have actually gone to... I have met the provincial CID officer, and I told him if he wants me to record any information, I'm ready to record any time. He wants me to read information.
So you haven't done.
By profession, I'm a lawyer.
No, but I was finished on the other one.
We did that one first so that you proceed.
Yes.
You know. Now we are moving to another dangerous ground as we debate this issue in this live debate. Whoever alleges must prove.
Must to prove.
You are issuing a sweeping statement in the National Assembly of the Republic, and you are quoting some incidences as evidence to justify the position you took. The Tugen community, and I want to be on record here, we've lost thousands and thousands of people to the Bokots in their homeland. If the Tugen people do revenge in case of killings, we would have done it many other times.
Okay, you've made that
recently, we lost our chief.
Time is not on our side.
Yes.
You've made that point. And so would like to take a break now and then allow you to come back to respond to the rest of what was said. This is Cheche on Citizen TV. Our SMS number is 22422 and our Twitter hashtag is Cheche. The question we're grappling with today is how to permanently end the insecurity in Baringo and other parts of the country. Do you think these leaders have failed their people? Talk to us. Again, the number for the SMS is 22422.